In this video, notice our problem says find g plus f of x when g of x is equal to 2x plus 5 and f of x is equal to negative x squared plus 5. So one like this is actually pretty simple. We're just going to be adding the functions together, and notice that I put g of x in pink and f of x is in black, so you can see exactly what I'm doing with all the terms. So when I set this problem up, I want to go ahead and I like to set it up what I call top to bottom. So on this top one, I have 2x plus 5 for my g of x function, so I'm going to write that 2x plus 5. Now when I'm adding, since I'm going to add top to bottom, I'm going to write the function of f of x underneath it. However, I want you to notice that I have an x squared in this f of x, but I don't just have an x like you see here. So whenever that happens, what I like to do is put placeholders. And when I say placeholders, since I know I'm going to be combining this negative x squared with this particular function right here, I'm going to go ahead and just throw one in there. So for instance, this was a positive 2x, and in front of it I'm just going to write 0x squared, because we don't have an x squared in this function. So right, 0 times anything is just going to be 0, and this is really just a placeholder, so I can align everything. And now in this bottom function, I'm now going to write negative x squared underneath my 0x squared. Now notice in this function on the bottom, the f of x that's written in black, it does not have a x with a power of 1 like we have up in this top one right here, right? So I'm just going to put a placeholder, so I'll put plus 0x. And then I have plus 5. So now everything is lined up, and I'm just simply going to do math from top to bottom just like you did in elementary school. And so for instance, I have 0 minus 1, because remember negative x, that there is always an invisible 1 in front of every variable. So nothing changes there, it just stays exactly the same, and it is negative x squared. And then I have 2x, right, plus 0x. So nothing. The only thing that changes there is 2 plus 0 gives me 2, so plus 2x. And then we have a constant in both of our functions, right? There was a constant value in both, 5 plus 5, and that gives me 10. And this is my answer. So I can say that f of g plus f of x is simply equal to negative x squared plus 2x plus 10. And that's how you add functions.